Buonasera a tutti, hope you're doing well and welcome to the Roman Christmas Code, a special series from a stranger in Roma. Each day, until December 25, I explore two places woven into Rome's holiday soul. A church carrying its Christmas mystery, and a street glowing with lights, shop windows and its own festive spirit. At the end of each episode, I leave you with a riddle, a small clue pointing to tomorrow's destination. At the end of the 25th, our final stop will reveal the code itself, a Christmas message lost across the centuries, yet still present in symbols and traditions. Step by step, church by street, the code unfolds, and the eternal city slowly reveals the secret of its Christmas heart. So follow me and let's unravel Rome's Christmas magic, one clue, one step, one spark of wonder at a time. Yesterday's clue leads you to a hidden church where Baroque treasures unfold and where a historic library quietly whispers centuries of knowledge and devotion. Today our journey brings you to Chiesa Nuova, revealing its intimate library and the public library just behind, wrapped around a Syrian cloister, a perfect refuge for a studious pose. Chiesa Nuova, officially known as Santa Maria in Vallicella, rises quietly behind the Campo dei Fiori, discreet yet profoundly influential in Rome's spiritual and artistic history. Founded in the late 16th century by Saint Philippe Neri, this church became the heart of the Oratorians, a place where faith, music and learning were meant to be shared openly, warmly and without solemn severity. Its architecture reflects this spirit. The facade, harmonious and restrained, prepares the visitor for a luminous interior designed to welcome rather than overwhelm. Wide naves, balanced proportions and soft light create an atmosphere of calm devotion, encouraging reflection and conversation rather than silence alone. One of the church's most intriguing features lies beneath the main altar. An ingenious mechanism allowing the sacred image of the Madonna della Vallicella to be raised or lowered, protecting it from the candle smoke. A rare intersection of devotion, engineering, and artistic care. The Baroque unfolds gently here. Among its greatest treasure are the masterpiece of Pietro da Cortona, whose dynamic frescoes fill the ceiling with movement and light, culminating in the triumph of the Trinity. Each chapel tells its own story, blending painting, sculpture, and architecture into a carefully orchestrated dialogue between art and faith. Beyond its visible splendor, Chiesa Nuova is also a place of intellect. Its historic library preserves a century of theological thought, music, and humanist inquiry. echoing Saint Philip's Neri's belief that faith should be nourished by curiosity, joy, and knowledge. Here, Rome reveals another of its secrets, a church that is not only seen but listened to, where heart speaks softly, learning breathes quietly, and the city's spiritual heart beats with measured grace. Just behind the Chiesa Nuova lies the Biblioteca Vallicelliana, one of Rome's most refined and discreet libraries. Founded at the end of the 16th century by Saint Philip Neri and the congregation of the Oratori, it was conceived as an essential extension of the church itself, a place where study, faith, and humanist thought could coexist in harmony. Architecturally, the library reflects the sober elegance of the late Renaissance, later enriched with Baroque sensibilities. Its long luminous reading room, wooden shelves, and measured proportions create an atmosphere of calm concentration, where knowledge feels ordered, accessible, and quietly alive. The Biblioteca Vallicelliana houses an exceptional collection of manuscripts in cunababula, early printed books, and rare editions. Its holding span theology, philosophy, church history, music, classical literature, and humanist studies, many of them linked to the intellectual life of the oratorians and the cultural networks of early modern Rome. Among its most precious treasures are illuminated manuscripts and early editions that bear witness to centuries of scholarship and devotion. If you are a Harry Potter fan, this place feels instantly familiar. During the festive season especially, stepping into this library is like entering a world where knowledge becomes magic. Silence feels enchanted, and every shelf seems to guard a secret, a setting that could easily have inspired the atmosphere of a great literary saga. Far from being a closed archive, the library was conceived as a public institution. Today it remains accessible to scholars, students, and researchers, continuing St. Philip's Neri's vision of a living library, a space where learning is shared, stewed, and passed on rather than memorially preserved. In this quiet sanctuary of books, Rome reveals another side of itself, a city where faith invites inquiry and where centuries of thought rest patiently waiting to be read. Just behind the Biblioteca Vallicelliana, at ground level, a more contemporary chapter of Rome's literary life unfolds, the Casa, Delle Letterature. This public library and cultural space is dedicated to literature in all its forms: novels, poetry, essays, and international voices. A place designed not only for reading, but for encounters, talks, and creative exchange. Open and welcoming, the Casa delle Letterature reflects a different rhythm from the historic libraries above. Here, books circulate freely, readers come and go, and literature remains alive, current, and shared. It is accessible to everyone, students, residents, travelers and curious minds, offering a rare balance between scholarly calm and urban openness in the heart of Rome. Then, almost unexpectedly, a door leads outside. You step into the cloister. The city fades, stone arches enclose a hidden garden where a small fountain, entirely covered in moss, murmurs softly at the center. Water slips gently over ancient stone, as if time itself has slowed down. In this hushed green refuge, it is easy to imagine nymphs hiding between the columns or forest spirits lingering in the shadows. A place that feels less Roman than enchanted, as it could belong to a forgotten chapter of Harry Potter's world. Here, reading becomes contemplation, words dissolve into silence, and Rome reveals one of its rarest luxuries, a moment of quiet magic hidden just behind the pages. Before we wrap up this little Roman Christmas wonder, here are your sweet clues for tomorrow. As soft as gingerbread crumbs and as warm as a handful of roasted chestnuts. Thank you for watching and helping unlock today's piece of the Christmas code. Stay with the team and join me again tomorrow for the next step. If you enjoyed this little Roman wonder, leave a like and drop a comment to help those still trying to guess our meeting point for tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next clue. A domani, and may your night be as mysterious and sweet as a Roman Natale. Buonanotte a tutti!